The unfortunate reality is that criminals are masterminds at using whatever information they can gather about us to scam us out of our money. Their use of manipulative tactics allow them to trick victims into sharing essential information like banking details. And to tell us about the criminal practice of social engineering, we're joined today by Kalyani Pillay, CEO of SABRIC, the South African Banking Risk Information Centre, a brilliant resource for all of us. Kalyani, thank you so much for joining us. As always, I always get a little bit nervous when we broach these conversations because my mind really has been blown about how many vehicles there are that criminals are using to steal from us. And social engineering is a term that I haven't encountered as yet. Please explain a little further.
So social engineering is when the criminal manipulates you into providing them with information they require. So they will solicit information from you, unknowing to you that you're actually giving it to the criminal. So it's really about playing on your emotions, making you respond in a particular way. They would be surfing all kinds of sites. They'll be picking up information from Facebook about you, your hobbies, what you like to do, what you've just done, which restaurant you've eaten in. And when they talk to you, they actually would now talk about things that are familiar, that puts you at ease, and then of course they got you, because then they start asking and talking and they get information from you. Alternatively, they'll be mailing you.
What are the telltale signs of an email that could be then using this social engineering technique, this approach?
Well, phishing is certainly one of them. You know, you would get an email purporting to be from somebody because it's actually not from who you think it is. And
it's not from Sophie or Jack.
No, sure. And very often it'll be an unsolicited mail, so it's a mail you weren't expecting. You'll very often have a link that you need to click on in order to do something further. I'd give you an example. You may get an email from some popular soft drink company, and there's a free voucher, and in order to get this, you need to click on. And so you click, and what that could do is could actually load malicious software on your device, and that means that everything you then do on that device is replicated and sent through to the criminal. Because what it does is that it takes you onto a fake website, a spoofed website as we call it. And that website is where you'd be putting all this information. You think you're sending it to your bank, if the mail came from your bank or anybody else. But that's just about how they manipulate you, and they use those social engineering techniques to get you to give them information.
That starts with something as simple as an email address. How are they getting hold of our email addresses? I know for some of us, certainly in my media space, it's out there. I'm well aware of that. But you have to think, surely most of us, our email addresses aren't being advertised. How do people get hold of our email addresses?
If each one of us stops to think about how many places we have put our email addresses on.
You think it's safer than a phone number, yeah?
Well, you ask these days, you're not just asked for your address. Most often you ask for your phone number and your email address, because most people have an email account. So this information is lying all over the place. And what the criminals do is that they actually are able to harvest all of this information.
What do we do if we get an email like this? Not just delete it, surely we can be proactive. Do we let our banks know? Who do we contact when we receive an email that clearly is suspicious?
Well, number one, don't ever respond to anything and don't click on anything, and don't, as a matter of rule, absolutely no exceptions, do not put your personal information, banking information on any mail to send it to anybody, even if they say it's your bank or the receiver of revenue.
Okay.
Notify your bank, forward the mail on to them, because it helps in terms of the investigations that are being done, but also just delete it and don't do anything further. And I think very important is to make sure that you always register with your bank to get SMS notifications of any transactions on your account. So, you'll be able to pick up if somebody is doing something, transacting on your account, you'll be able to pick it up quick enough to stop others from actually going through.
Oh, just be vigilant. I think I always let out a big sigh whenever we've spoken, but thank you so much. Some absolute gems there. Never click on a link or an icon in an unknown mail, even if you think the source is a friend. Nobody wants to be BFFs with a scallum. For more tips on how you can bank safely, visit the SABRIC website, their Facebook page, the Twitter pages, an absolute wealth of information out there, so you can #WiseUp, watch out.
Wise up, watch out.